Number 8. Tatami Galaxy. Now I owe a lot to Tatami Galaxy, as this is the series that introduced me to one of my favorite directors in the anime industry, Yuasa Masaki, whose other series have occurred on this list with another to come eventually. Now Tatami Galaxy is one hell of a series and a seriously underrated gem that so many have seemed to miss. The story in simple terms is about a nameless protagonist who basically goes about each episode trying to fulfill his desire to live a rose-colored campus life with raven-haired maidens, whatever that means, and joins a different club each episode only with time resetting by the end of each one. However, there is so much more to this anime. Sure, this series may reset time with each episode, but it never feels repetitive, with its deep, sometimes dark and zany story. Not only that, but this anime probably has one of the best endings I've seen. This series definitely deserves more attention, though sadly due to the fact that a majority of the series' characters talk lightning fast, it turns most people away from the series. Though it definitely is one worth sticking to, and hopefully, with time, it gets an English dub. Number 7, a two-way tie between Pingpong the animation and Kuchu Branco. Yes, another Yuasa Masaki anime on the list, and as this list can show you, the series he works on just get better and better over time, as his latest anime, Pingpong the animation, is probably one of his best works yet, as well as one of my favorite series of 2014. While the anime may fool you into thinking it's solely about the sport of ping pong, it's actually something much more deeper, dealing with the various people who play the sport. While I knew I was going to like this series, I didn't know I was going to like it this much. The characters and story were done extremely well, the soundtrack is amazing and pretty underrated considering it had many great tracks to it. The art style, once you get used to it, is brilliant. It makes for some of the most entertaining ping pong matches ever, as well as give the series a certain emotion that I couldn't have achieved with normal style animation. Besides all that, the thing that solidified this series as one of my favorites is the winter scene in the middle of episode 6. That is not only one of my favorite anime scenes of 2014, but one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's just that good. Next up, we have the totally insane psychological drama comedy, Kuchu Branco. Now Kuchu Branco quickly became one of my favorites, with its unique visuals, addicting opening and ending songs, over-the-top wackiness, and facts about psychology. The premise of the show was great, and I really do hope for an additional season sometime in the future, though that's highly unlikely. But an anime as unique as this is definitely something more people should check out. Number 6. Space Dandy. Now I knew I was going to like Space Dandy when I first saw a trailer for it, but I could have never guessed I would end up liking it this much, as Space Dandy is probably one of the most creative and unique series to come out in a while. While in the beginning with the series, I was a bit disappointed that Space Dandy wasn't going to be this generation's Space Adventure Cobra. However, I quickly got over it, as the wacky space adventure comedy it turned out to be is something amazing. Now there is a lot to love about this series. I mean, you got great characters, music, animation, comedy, insanity, a stellar English dub, and most importantly, creativity. Thanks to its episodic structure, different directors and animators are able to take this series in whatever direction they feel like taking it. And hey, Yuasa Masaki worked on an episode as well, and you can't go wrong with that. But thanks to that, this series became something so much more than it could have been, as each episode brought something completely new to the table, and I anxiously awaited for the next episode during its airing. While part of me still wants a season 3 for the series, as given the series structure it can practically go on forever, I do feel it ended perfectly. Number 5. Hajimino Ippo. Out of all the series mentioned on this list, Hajimino Ippo has a truly special place in my heart. Not only did the series change the way I looked at the sports genre, but in a way, it changed me a little as well. You see, back when I started watching Ippo, you could say I was in a bit of a slump in my life. However, after watching Ippo's struggles to become a great boxer, it helped me get out of it pretty fast. At the time, I watched my fair share of inspirational shonen series, but there is something a bit deeper to Ippo. You see, Ippo as a character is very different from other characters in the various series I read and watched at the time, as he wasn't born strong or had superhuman abilities in the beginning of the series. He was just a weak guy who took up boxing, and through his hard work and passion, he was able to pursue his dream, and that right there was something that was truly inspirational. But even without the emotional value the series has, it's simply an excellent series, with great action, comedy, characters, and at least for the original series, an amazing soundtrack.